This just in, new TCG Forbidden Unlimited list. It's here. Also, hi, this is my face. For those of you who are new and have never seen it, because I haven't used Facecam for like half a year, hi, this is me. I'll go on in 3. Let's get into this Forbidden Limited list, which I may understand a bit less than normal, because I haven't exactly been into competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! All that much since the end went down like just over half a year ago. I have seen like at least parts of the OCG list that was revealed last week, just over a week ago, where Zodiacs get hit pretty hard. And like 2-3 days ago in Dueling Book, I had my first encounter with Zodiacs and can sort of understand how useful and splashable they are in certain decks. And on their own, they're pretty good as well. So let's go take a look. First off, Magispectre Unicorn Kirin going to Forbidden. I recall this being a very useful card in Pendulum decks. Like, obviously in Magispectre itself, but it was useful in other decks as well. I believe it allowed some kind of destruction. So I can see that happening. I haven't seen it used much lately. Then again, I haven't seen any card used much lately. I've only watched a few, like, YCS videos. I watched part of the finals from YCS Prague, which was, by the way, again, Joshua Schmidt against Billy Brake. It's unreal that that happened again after Bochum. So the fact that those guys faced each other again, they're just unreal at the same time. Like, and then both have already having 2 losses after day 1. They had to only win, and they kept winning in Top Cut, and that finals rematch. The Now it's 1-1 for them for the past few months. If they face each other in the finals of Worlds, that'd be like absolutely amazing. Speaking of that, though, I expect maybe Paleozoics to maybe have a slight hit because they have done really well. Something about lawn mowing maybe with because 60 card decks have been seen a bit more, although that might just be because of Zodiacs. I've heard that. Billy Break said that maybe so. This is my theories. Continuing, the Tyrant Neptune from Limited to Forbidden. No, not from Limited. Just completely to Forbidden. What does the Tyrant Neptune do again? Let's look it up. I think I know what it is. Tyrant Neptune, let's see. Cannot be special summoned. You can tribute summon this card by attributing 1 monster. Total original attack and defense of the monster tributed for tribute summon. Try to get an effect monster in the grave that was tributed for the tribute summon. The target's effects. Might be a really good combo with it. I didn't realize it was even on the list. I just forgot about it. Tips? What is a good combo with it? It might give an idea here. Well, yeah, you can contribute the opponent's monster if you have Stormforth, but um, okay, that works. Yeah, Independent Nightingale is interesting. Okay, I'm not really sure why this card was hit, but like, maybe you guys can tell me in the comments. Why was this card hit? Why is it now forbidden? Maybe there's a combo I don't know of. Alright, let's scroll down a bit further. Still Construct. I kinda want to see Construct back for my shitholes, but okay. Nothing yet on Forbidden. We're done with the spells. New traps. Vanity's Emptiness is now forbidden! There goes my Yosenju! No, it doesn't. The Yosenju is still real nice and anti-meta, but Vanity's Emptiness is one of those love-hate relationship cards, and I was very fine and could definitely understand it being at 1. I'm not a fan of this hit to nothing. It's understandable because of how strong it can be. Depending on the deck, it can be so much harder to deal with unless you have something like Mystical Spice Typhoon or Twin Twisters. But I can understand it, but I feel 1 can work as well. But then again, Konami will have thought about this really well, so. Vanity's Emptiness forbidden! And that's it for Forbidden. Let's go to Limited. Do we have anything new there? We already had the change from Kirin to Forbidden. Anything new here? Max C. Down from 2 to 1, from semi-limited to limited. So they take 1 less emptiness, 1 less Max C. So people using special summon deck or spam special summon decks might be a bit easier. Are they gonna make Zodiacs easier to play, or are they actually gonna hit Zodiacs? Because in OCG, some of the, like one or two Zodiacs are forbidden, and one or two others limited. So far, I've not seen Zodiacs. Then again, Zodiacs with a Z, Zodiacs will be at the end of the alphabet, and obviously we've not hit the Xyz monsters yet, or the effect monsters with the Z. So Zodiacs might still be hit, might completely not. I do expect them to be hit in some way. Rescue Cat is back, but I do know that Rescue Cat has been confirmed. Well, not maybe not officially confirmed, but there was a leak about it. I think, at least, regarding the fact that Rescue Cat will get an errata. So it'd be interesting to see what Rescue Cat's errata is. I don't know exactly what it is yet, but Rescue Cat errata, and it's from Forbidden to Limited, which makes sense. So they want to test it in Limited before they move it any higher. Maybe later on, next format, it'll be semi-limited or unlimited, but first limited to just test the waters, see where Rescue Cat is in the current meta. Nothing on the rituals. Bryanak is back! It's at 1, but Bryanak is back! Ooh, that's an interesting one. Bryanak, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, back from Forbidden Land. Most likely back as one of the regular level 6 synchros, especially in a deck that has easy synchro access and doesn't require you to have a lot of things from the same archetype. Bryanak, if it fits in there, if you can make pretty easy level 6s, is most likely to be in your deck then. One copy only, because, well, it is still limited, but it is, I feel, one of the most useful level 6 synchros out there. So, I expect to see it in every now and then in some of the decks. Thing is, though, only Beatrice here. And then, like, still no Zodiacs on Limited. So, Semi or Zodiacs is not going to get hit at all because they are too new. Brain Control to Limited, okay. I feel Brain Control is better than having Snatch Steal, even though Snatch Steal could be like Mystical Space Typhoon. That actually make the opponent keep the monster. So, and Snatch Steal didn't take long, like one format and then it was gone again, which I definitely understand. Brain Control now limited. I can see that happening. Should stay at 1, yeah, I feel, but well, let's see what Brain Control will do, how many decks will run it. Also back is Future Fusion. Yeah, originally, like, what I know most of Future Fusion is seeing it used in decks that with machines that can easily bring out the Chimeric Overdragon, although, like, they're just Future Fusion and then Overload Fusion. So it'll be interesting to see how Cyber Dragon decks use it. But I believe it was actually made forbidden because it was really easy setup for Chaos Dragons a couple of years ago. The Chaos Dragons had Insector and Dino Rabbit were the main. Was it 2012? I think that was. Maybe, and then it was there for like 1-2 formats. Maybe to start 2013 it was made forbidden. I don't remember the exact list. But I think it was mainly limited, made forbidden because the easy graveyard setup for Chaos Dragons. Now it is back to limited, so let's see what Future Fusion will do. Anything else? We have Imperial Order coming back. I remember that being a good card, but I'm going to actually look up exactly what it does. We still have the Tyrant Neptune here. What was the card called? Imperial Order. Let's see. Imperial Order. Negate all spell effects on the field, which means continuous spells, regular spells that activate, any kind of spell effect that applies on the field. The spell card, if it resolves on the field, then whatever kind of spell it is, it's negated. All their effects anyway, not the activation. Each standby for 700 life point to destroy this card. Choice to destroy it or not. Ooh. This is a really nice card to stop decks that really rely on spell cards. Such as spellbooks. This is the first one that comes to mind. Not the spellbooks are exactly seen a lot right now, but okay. There's definitely other decks that just spell cards are still, like, a lot of decks run spell cards, which the Paleozoics they just run a bunch of traps. But Imperial Order is back as well from being forbidden for so long, I believe. I don't remember when that was put on the list. Maybe it was before I even started doing competitive back in 2012 again. So, okay. Imperial Order. Order. So there's a good amount of cards coming back from Forbidden to Limited, where Konami either feels limited is where they should be, or they just want to test the waters to see if the card would be okay in coming back to the game. So let me know on any of these cards, your Future Fusion, your Brain Control, your Imperial Order, any card like that. Do you feel that it'll be okay for these cards to be back? Meanwhile, semi-limited, that's usually not very long. We have Wisdom Eye Magician from limited to semi-limited. And we do have a hit on Zodiac. Zodiac Rapier. I remember facing Zodiac Rapier. This was a really easy one. So normal something you can send a Zodiac. No, there's another one I was thinking of. I was thinking of a different one. Of a different Zodiac, but yeah, this one pretty much allows you to special summon a Rapier once it's used as Xyz material, then detached. And by the way, their Zodiacs can just make pretty much instant Xyzs on one monster. They don't even need two. Just any Zodiac, puff, Xyz on it. Poof, different Xyz on top of that. So easy to Xyz with them, it's ridiculous. And this one's just like, okay, yeah, you put something on Rapier, detach, summon a new Rapier, put something on top of that. Second monster to make use of something of. And then what you use the original monster for, that's really depending on the situation. But okay. Rapier hits. Rapier has been hit. I can talk English, yes. If this is the right hit on Zodiacs, I wouldn't be able to tell because I've only faced them once and heard that they're really good. That's about all. So if you're an experienced Zodiac player or someone who just has seen them be played, do you feel that this is the right hit? Let's see if actually some of the Xyz monsters are hit. That could happen. First though, Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Let's see, Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. I just remember the bases of what Kaijus do, not what Interrupted Kaiju Slumber does. Destroy as many monsters on the field as possible in special attack position. 2 Kaijus, 1 on each side. Okay. So that card's been put into semi-limit. I guess that works. Like I've not seen the card used a lot. I've used Kaiju in maybe one deck. So I can't really tell if I feel this hit is the right one. If it was necessary. I can't tell. No other actual hits on Zodiacs, though, just Rapier for Zodiacs. A lot. OCG is a lot less nice to it. It is somewhat understandable because Zodiacs, I believe, in OCG have been out for a few months, and they're still quite new, I think, in TCG, which may make Konami want them to hit them less. But they have already had an impact, and like there recently was a YCS that happened, so I don't know. It's somewhat understandable, yet maybe they should be hit more. Maybe Konami feels they don't make that much of an impact. Billy Break did explain in the post YCS interview after the finals that it's the Zodiacs that make people run 60 card decks more often. I don't remember the exact details on that, but yeah, so that happened. Rapier is the only hit on Zodiacs. We're not completely done with the list yet because there's pretty much always some cards that were on the list originally and have been taken off the list. Now, if you have perfect vision and perfect memory, especially, you already know what is down there at the bottom of the screen when I scroll down because you'll have missed those on the list. I haven't really been looking for that. Let's just find out which cards. No, it's just one. It's Sangan. Sangan is back. Okay, where's Tour Guide? Is Tour Guide still on 2 or what? Tour Guide is limited. Sangan is back. Okay. Sangan back. I can sort of see that. It was forbidden though. Now it's to no longer. Maybe though, this Forbidden Limited likely will stay for about half a year, maybe less, maybe more, because there's no set dates anymore that Konami releases new lists for the TCG. So there's some of these hits might have been in preparation of the link format as well. When we get our changes in rulings, we get a link monsters, link summons, slight changes of the fields and rules. So some of these hits might be related to that, especially some of those forbidden cards coming back. Your Sangan, your Brain Control, your Future Fusion, your Imperial Order, Bryanak, Rescue Cats. Well, not really Rescue Cats. That was errata. Some of these changes might just be related because what Konami expects to happen or things will happen when those link rules start up in, what is it, 2 3 months time? Like those things start. I think it's in 2 or 3 weeks that the new anime actually starts. Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains, or Vrains as it might be pronounced. I'm not actually sure. I've purposely dodged a lot of the trailers really and information because I sort of want to get into it with a new look. I've sort of glanced over the new rules just a tiny bit, seen one video of it, and then I thought, nah, don't want to look. Not because I don't want to understand the game, but at the same time, I really don't. Because I just want to find out through the first few episodes of the anime, and after like 3 4 episodes, then I'll properly dive into the exact rulings. I want to understand every bit of ruling and thing there's to understand about them, and then build decks with them because I don't actually play the new format. But yeah, this is the Forbidden and Limited list. Quite a few cards gone from the list, or at least moved up so that they can be used more. Um, Expected hits on Zodiacs, well, there was only one. Paleozoics, nothing. Konami doesn't feel they are overpowered. They're just good, but not overpowered. Let me know what you think of this list, if there's any changes you would have liked to see, or changes that happened you wouldn't have liked to see. For example, your Vanity's Emptiness going to Forbidden, or your Kirin, and also let me know why you think that's the case. Maybe because you feel Kirin is really overpowered, that's so you agree with it, or you feel it's not overpowered so it should have stayed limited, or just because you like using it yourself, you feel it should stay limited. Be honest and let me know that in the comments, and also let me know why Tyrant Neptune was put on Forbidden, because I'm not really sure about that yet. That was the video for today. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you back in the daily video tomorrow. Goodbye.